ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु। तदात्मनि निरते यौपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ इत्येतदक्षरमुद्गीतमुपासीत ॐ इति ह्युद्गायते तस्योपव्याख्यानम् अस्ति भगवः संकल्पात् भूयेति। O Venerable Sir, is there something superior to, better than Sankalpa, will? Sankalpat va bhuyastiti. Yes, there is indeed something superior to Sankalpa. Tanme Bhagavan Bravitu iti. The Venerable Sir, may please tell me about what it is that is superior to Sankalpa. Chittam vava Sankalpat bhuyaha. Chittam explains intelligence, the capacity. So samarthyam, the nirupana samarthyam, the capacity. Actually nirupanam is it what follows, but the intelligence is the capacity of determining the prayojanam, the purpose of or praptakala anurupa bodhavatvam. The capacity to gain the knowledge of what is presented itself before me, or samartham, the capability of determining the purpose of atita, anagata, what has gone by and what is yet to come. Meaning the capacity to synthesize between what has gone by, what is going to come, and thus the ability to arrive at the right decision. So one, the capacity to ascertain or comprehend what has presented itself before me, or the ability to reflect upon the past, present and the future and arrive at the decision of what is the purpose of what is presented itself before me. Yada vai chetayade atha sankalpayade. Only when this intelligence is there, then the understanding takes place, then sankalpa, in the sense of the ability to distinguish between what is kartavya, what is akartavya, what is to be done, what is not to be done. That was explained as sankalpa. Atha manasyati, then there arises the chikirsha, the desire to do a given thing, such as desire to recite mantras. Atha vacham ire, a specific desire is stated. It can be any desire to do something, chikirsha. But the example is the desire, for example, to recite the mantras. Atha vacham ire, that desire prompts or impels the organ of speech. Tamo nam nirayati, the organ of speech is further impelled in reciting the words. Namni mantraha ekam bhavanti. In the words in general, the mantras which are the particular words get included. And mantreshu karmani, in the mantras all karma get included, chos get included. They give rise to the karma phala, they give rise to the loka or this whole universe. Meaning that how chittam or intelligence is through and through in the entire universe. Tani va etani chitti kayanani. Therefore, all of this, beginning from sankalpa, all of the karma phala, all of them have their ayanam, their destination, goal, place of merger in the chittam. Chittatmani, at their origin, in the origination, they are never apart from chittam. Meaning that they originate from chittam. Chitte pratishthatani, while they sustain, they have their existence in chittam. Tasmat, so that's one thing. Therefore, since chittam is such, therefore, yadyapi bahuvit achitto bhavati, nayamasti deva enam ahuhu, which is what we were reading yesterday. Tasmat, yasmat chittam sankalpadi moolam, because chittam is moolam, the very source or the cause of everything beginning from sankalpa. Tasmat, therefore, yadyapi bahuvita, meaning that the intelligence must be there behind everything. If intelligence is not there, other things are not there. That's the idea. If intelligence is there, sankalpa is there. Sankalpa is there, manasyanam is there. And everything else is there. If intelligence is not there, sankalpa is not there, manasyanam is not there, chikirsha is not there. Because that's Bhashya says, Yasmat chittam sankalpadi moolam. Chitta is the moola, the root, the source of everything. Therefore, yadyapi bahuvita. So, bahushasтраvi parignyanavan san. So, even if there is someone who is well versed in many texts or many forms of knowledge, many scriptures, tathapi achitto yadi achitto bhavati, if he is achitta, not intelligent, not able to comprehend the situation or thing that is presented itself, that means that therefore he doesn't have the ability to comprehend. So intelligence is not there. So nothing else will be there. If intelligence is source of everything else, then he cannot have other things also. And that's what makes a human being. Therefore, human being is as good as not there. See, the capacity to distinguish between kartavya and kartavya is what distinguishes a human being that he cannot have. So, praptadi chetayitratva samartha virahito bhavati. What is meant by achitta, unintelligent, is he is devoid of the samartha, the capability of comprehending what has presented itself before him. Tam nipunaha laukikaha. So, ahuhu, then laukika, the wise people, the worldly wise people, ahu, they say, nayamasti, this fellow is not there. Meaning his being there is has no purpose to serve, that God is not there. Vidyamanopi ayam asat samaha. Even though he is there, he is as well as not there. For example, the situation is there. I don't know, let us say some stage decoration is going on, somebody standing there, has no clue as to what is happening or what to do. Cooking is going in the kitchen, no clue. Dinner is being served, no clue. Things are happening. You are there, no clue as to what you can do, what is kartavya, what is akartavya, no clue at all. He as well is not there. So food is being served, he doesn't know what to do. So there are some people who are very adept. Wherever they go, they sort of know what, they just get into the thing, So they start serving, they start doing things. So people come here, for example, those people from Rajkot, they came, morning they would wake up, they would clean up the whole hall. It's just their own initiative before everybody comes. Clean up the place, get things ready. Just this is what occurs to the people. So that's the ability to comprehend what this situation calls for from me, and when one does not have a clue, then one becomes unresponsive. Therefore, as far as that situation is concerned, he is as good as not there. Therefore, vidyamanopi asat samaheva ityahu. This fellow is there, and so is Jnani Uvasa Shuruka. That's how, like a star, you are just standing there doing nothing, Things they require a response, you're just standing there, Jnani Uvasa. So, therefore, then why do we say that he's not there? So, let us read on page 310. In the Master second line. Yachayam kinchida shastradi veda shrutavan tadapi asya vrtha eva iti kathayanti. So what is meant by saying that Jesus God is not there? Not that he does not exist as a person, but as far as this situation is concerned, he as well as does not exist. Yachayam kinchit shastra veda shrutavan. Whatever shastras he has learned, he has heard or listened to. But then that learning of the shastra has not enabled him to translate that learning in the response to this situation. And therefore, he is as good as not there. Tadavyasya vrthayaveti kathayanti. Meaning, all your learning is no good, has gone waste. Bhanayapana ganyanai. Vedyana vedyajraya. That's how. So, vrthayava kathayanti. What have you studied? What did you do? Oh, you are student of science? You are student of commerce? But whatever is expected of a person, when it does not come through, what did you do? What did you learn? Iti kathayanti. So Anandagiri said, यद्यपि बहुशास्त्रार्थ परिज्ञानवान् सन् तथापि यदि अचित्तो भवति. Okay, so iti yojana, this अन्वय is given. Says on the page 310 in line 19, achittasya asat samatvam sutavayaksham cha iti uttam. Two things. Achitasya asat samatvam. So one who is achittam, unintelligent, as good as not there. His learning also is as good as useless. Iti uttam prashnadvara vinoti. Why do they say that? Why do they say that he is as good as not there? Or he doesn't know anything? So Kasmat Bhashyakara says, Kasmat yadi ayam vidwan syat ittam evam achitto nasyat tasmat asya shutamapi ashyatameva ityahu ityarthah. They themselves say, why as God is not there? Or he has not learned anything. Yadi vidwan syat, if he really had studied, ittam achitto na syat, he would not be totally at a loss in a situation like this. He would be so unintelligent, so imperceptive, non-comprehending in a given situation. Tasmadasya Shrutamapi Ashrutameva. Therefore, his Shruta means learning is as good as not learning. Iti ahu ityartha. So that's what they say, that's the meaning. Says Anandagiri, Shrutamapiti api shabdena sattvam grihyate. Shrutamapि ashrutam means what? That asat sannapi asat samayeva. Api means what? As good as not there. So, api is samuchya, including also that is not there, as good as not there. His learning is as good as not there. Iti. Let us see the other Tikakara. What does he have to say? यद्वा अयं विद्वान् वाक्यं वृथा एव इत्यत्र हेतुत्वेन योजयितुं पृच्छति. यद्वा अयं विद्वान् इति वाक्यं वृथा एव इत्यत्र हेतुत्वेन योजयितुं पृच्छति. So vritha eva, the yadvayam vidwan is a vakya which is hetu for vritha, you know. So if this fellow knew anything, then at least he would have not been unintelligent. That's the reason, that is hetu for saying that if he had studied, he would not be unintelligent like this. Therefore, he is as well as not studied. So, vritha eva ityatra hetutvena yojan prachati kasman. That's how this Tikakara explains. Tasmaditi achitatva tasmad achitatva asya shrutamapi ashrutameva iti ahu ityartha. Achittatve asat samat muktva chittavatah mayam dosha ityah. So, for unintelligent is as good as not there, but for the intelligent one, this dosha or this defect is not there, is next taken. और से आनंदगिरी चित्त भावे श्रुतादेहे वैयर्थ्य उक्त्या तद्वैशिष्ट्यम आदिष्टम इदानीं तद्वैशिष्ट्ये हेत्वन्तरमाः. So another way of looking at what that sentence conveys. The two Tikakaras have their own perception of what that sentence conveys. the sentence beginning with the word atha, atha alpavidyapegi, that Anandagiri says, chitta bhave shrutadehe vaiyartya uktya tad vaishishtyam. So in absence of chitta or intelligence, that shrutam meaning the learning is vyartham, meaning is useless, as well as not that. It is not so much as to condemn this person, as much as to show the greatness of intelligence. Looks like this person is being ridiculed because he is not intelligent. But Anandagiri says, the purpose of saying that is to show the importance of intelligence or greatness of intelligence. So sometimes ninda is done for the stuti of something else. So ninda or ridiculing of this unintelligent person is done to glorify the intelligence. So therefore, tasmat tad vaishishtyam adishtam, that the Shruti actually is teaching us the vaishistya, the excellence or glory or goodness of chittam or intelligence. Idanim tad vaishistya hetvantaramaha. So Anandagiri looks upon the next sentence as under hetu as to why chittam is great. Whereas the Abhinava Narayanananda said that if one is not intelligent, he is as good as not there. That dosha does not arise in case the one who is intelligent. So that's how this Tikakara explains. Athaiti. Bhashyakara says, Atha alpavit ape yadi chittavan bhavati tasmai etasmai तदुक्तार्थग्रहणाय एव उत अपि शुश्रूषन्ते श्रोतुमिच्छन्ते अथ अल्पविदपि. Even the person who is not learned in many scriptures or many books, so he is not much learned. Even then, yadi chittavan bhavati. So people have their own insight into things. That also is what people have brought with them. So left brain and right brain. Left brain is what studies. Right brain is what sees. So that way very often men are said to be prominent in left brain, women in right brain. They have an intuition or they have that insight. That's how in a situation they know what to do. Their mind says do this, So when that is there, then only doing takes place. You know everything, all maps are there, but someone just lost. What to do? He says, oh come on, take this route. I think this is right. I think this is north, she will say. You know what is north and what is south, or what direction, which right road take this. This is north. So this sense is the property of the right brain. So if that is not there, then all the learning of left brain is as good as useless, of no use. So on the other hand, some people are born with that kind of wisdom. So you can distinguish knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is there, wisdom is not there. Some people have that wisdom. What is wisdom? That which is applicable in the life, day-to-day life. So purpose of knowledge is to impart wisdom to the person, so that that knowledge will help him to live a good life, help him to grow. But if that does not do, he remains same, he still eats that pan masala, he still spits out, he still throws things out. That means the fellow is not grown at all. So all his learnings really talks in the same useless way, in the same kind of words and abusive language. What has he done? He's not grown at all. So that learning has to be translated in the practical life, in wisdom. So yadi alpavidapi, even though he has not gone much to school, only 7th grade. My grandmother only had Swamiji only 3 grades, or 7th grade. But still she ran the whole house. She had that insight. So the chittavan bhavati, person possesses intelligence. Tasmai etasmai, then what? They give importance. They know here is the person who knows something which is worth learning. So that person acquires a respect in the mind of other people that even though he does not have bookish knowledge, still he has the wisdom, and therefore tattaduktatha grahana eva utapi shushrusante shrotumichchandi, they want to learn from him. Baladapi shukadapi, be ready to learn from a child, even from a parrot, they say. If they display this kind of insight or wisdom, children sometimes say very profound things, Sometimes children ask questions and make statements that are very profound. Similarly, people who are otherwise not very literate or very learned still have some very profound insights about things. Then Shrotumichchandi Shushrusante, then people, those very same people who ridicule the other fellow, the learned person, give respect to this person who is not learned, antaduktartha grahanaya, for understanding what he has to say. Shushrusante, Shrotumichchandi, they want to listen to him. Meaning that a person, he derives a respect from other people when he possesses that intelligence. So that is called intelligence here. Not just the book knowledge. When that knowledge gives you the capacity to comprehend a situation that is presented before you. When you comprehend, then you understand, and then you do a variety of things. But comprehension, ability to comprehend, is intelligence. Comprehension is next step. And then doing what is to be done, response is the next step. So here is ability to comprehend. So here is the Tikakara in line 38. Api ityasya alpavid api iti purven anvayaha. So alpavid api. So uta api, in the 10th line, taduktartha grahana eva uta api. Uta is api. That api goes with alpavid. Alpavid api, that's how the Tikakara says, that's how the anvaya is. Tatah eva chittavatah eva purushat ityartah. Taduktartha grahana eva uta api shushrusante. So we imagine that this Tikakara has extra words tatah eva. So grahana eva uta api, then tatah eva shushrusante. Tata is what? 5th case here. Tata means chittavatah eva purushat. They want to hear from a person who possesses his intelligence. Yasmat chittas evam anvaya vyatirikabhyam mahatmyam tasmat chittameva sankalpadhyam utpatti sthidaleshu karanamiti purvoktam nigamayati. Yasmat chittas evam mahatmyam Anvaya Vyatireka. Anvaya, when Chittam is there, person is respected and other people want to learn from him. Even though he may not have the conventional traditional learning, and a person who is not intelligent, when they don't know to learn from him, they dismiss him because he doesn't have intelligence. So Anvaya, when intelligence is there, there is usefulness. There is then it's the person is it's proper, worthwhile for a person to be there. Meaning his being also is meaningful. If intelligence is not there, one's being is not meaningful. So Anvaya and Vyatireka. And Mahatmyam, that is how Chittam or intelligence makes a person, makes his being worthwhile, makes his existence worthwhile. And how the absence of intelligence makes his being worthless. So therefore, it is Chittam, intelligence, that imparts that worthiness to the person. Therefore, it is the greatness of Chittam. Tasmat Chittameva. So Chittam is so great, intelligence is so great. Therefore, Sankalpadhyana Utpatti Sthidaleshu Karanamati. It was said earlier. Chittaikayakanani, Chittatmani, Chitte Pratisthitani. It was already said. Nigamayati means now conclusion. That because Chittam is so great, therefore Chittam is the cause of Utpatti, Sthiti and Laya of everything beginning from Sankalpa. So Tasmat. Or as Anandagiri says, Chittavata Uktata Grahanatham Shrotumicha Lokasya Bhavati Atra Hetuma. That's another way of looking at it. Chittavata Uktata Grahanartham Shrotumicha Lokasya Bhavati. People have the desire to listen to the person who is intelligent. Ata Hetumaha. What's the reason for that? So Tasmat. So both Tikakaras interpret differently. Anandagiri says, because Chittam is the source of everything, therefore people want to listen to this person having Chitta. Or because Chitta is so great, therefore Chitta is the source of everything. Two ways of interpreting Tasmat. So Vashyakara says, Tasmacha Chittam hi eva Esham Sankalpadinam Ekayanam Ityadi Purvavat. Because Shruti said, Chittam heva esham ekayanam chittamatma chittam pratishtha. He is repeating what I said earlier. You know, chitta ekayanani, chittatmani, pratisthitani. That was pratigna, this is nigamanam, means conclusion. Or tasmat, therefore, chittameva esham sankar. Therefore, we have to accept that Chitta is the very source and the origin, sustenance and dissolution of everything, beginning from Sankalpa. Iti Purvat is explained as before. So I have a footnote here which says, Chittam hi eva, that he. Footnote says he, yasmat, ekayanam, tasmat cha, shrotum icchanti, this sambandha, pasika tasmat cha. He means yasmat. Yasmat chittam hi ekayanam. Since chittam is the very place of merger, very origin, very sustenance, therefore people want to listen to the person who possesses chittam. That's how Anandagiri's explanation is there. Okay. Going to the next passage on page 310. Says Chittam Brahmetyupaste Chittan Vaisaloka Dhruvan Dhruvaha Pratishthitan Pratisthitaha Avyatamanan Avyathamanaha अभिसिध्यते यावच्चित्तस्य गतं तत्रास्य यथा कामचारो भवति यश्चित्तं ब्रह्मेत्युपास्ते अस्ति भगवश्चित्ताद् भूय इति चित्ताद्वावभूयोऽस्तीति तन्मे भगवान् ब्रवीत्विति. So Chittam Brahma iti upasate as before, one who meditates upon Chittam, intelligence, as Brahma. Brahman is all pervasive. Chittam also is all pervasive. Thus there is similarity between Chittam and Brahma. Therefore look upon Chittam as Brahma. So while thinking of Chittam, have the attitude that this is Brahma. Then he attains the Chittan Lokan. So, Chitta means whatever it is that by his intelligence he has thought about. So, when he meditated upon Sankalpa, then Sankalpitan Lokan, he attained the realms that were the result of Sankalpa or will. When he meditates upon intelligence, he attains the realms or worlds which are the result of intelligence. So he attains greater and greater worlds. So Chittamesha Lokan Abhisiddhyati. He attains those worlds or the realms which means the objects of enjoyment, which are the result of Chittam or intelligence. So what is the nature of those worlds? Dhruvan, Dhruvasan. Because this meditation, he attains those worlds that are immutable, and because of meditation, he himself also becomes immutable. Pratishthitan, Pratishtitah. The worlds that he gets are well established. He also himself becomes well established. So Dhruva was explained as he becomes capable of enjoying those immutable pleasures. Pratishtita means, capable of enjoying Pratishtita. Dhruva means he himself becomes immutable, has long life. Pratishtita, he also gains the capability of enjoying those pleasures. Then Avyathamana becomes cheerful, sorrowless, because he attains those worlds which are free from any cause of sorrow. So that is the phalam. Then what is Yavat Chitta Segadam? So Tikakara said that both of them should be the same. His Chitta Segadam. His Sankalpa Segadam is this world which are created by his Sankalpa. His Chitta Segadam means the worlds created by his Chittam or intelligence. So these two results should not be different. Otherwise, Uktat Virodha, that's how the Tikakara said. No Uttarat Virodha, but Uktat Virodha. And so, Uttara Phala Virodha, Ukta Phala Virodha. If Yavat Chittasya Gatam Tatrasya Yatha Kamachara Bhavati is different from attaining those worlds which are created by intelligence, then there will be virodha between the two. So both of them should amount to the same thing. Just Chittam Brahma iti upaste asti bhagavas chitta bhuyati. Over here, sir, is there something greater than Chittam and intelligence? Chittadvava bhuyastiti. Indeed, there is something greater than intelligence. Tanme Bhagavan bravitviti. May the Venerable Sir please tell me what it is that is greater than Chittam or intelligence. Bhashyakara explains this passage in the 12th line. Chittan upachitan buddhimad gunaihi saha chittopasakaha dhruvan ityadi cha uktartham. So saha yaha chittam brahma iti upaste. Who is saha? Bhashyakara says chittopasaka. The one who is meditated upon chittam as Brahma. So one who meditates upon chittam as Brahman attains these results. What are the results? So chittan vailokan. What is chittan? Bhashyakara says anupachitan buddhimat gunai anupachitan. Now Anandagiri does not seem to give any explanation of this, but the other Tikakara says, so anupachitan buddhimat gunaihi. This Tikakara has two readings, buddhimat gunaihi and buddhimat gunaihi. So upachitan means acquired. Acquired by what? Buddhimat gunaihi. What does it mean? Buddhimantaha samriddhiyuktaha gunaha bhogya padarthaha. Buddhimantaha, for a person who possesses buddhi or intelligence. Samriddhiyuktaha gunaha, he attains samriddhi or prosperity. What? Bhogya padarthaha, the various objects of enjoyment. Tehi upachitan, meaning acquired, so, or possessed of those. So he acquires the world that are possessed of the bhogya padartha, the objects of enjoyment, which are attained by the qualities or attributes of the one possessing buddhi or intelligence. The same Tikakara says, buddhimat gunai iti pathe. That's our pathe. Buddhimat gunai iti pathe. Viveka pradhanehi gunaihi. Buddhimat means what? Possessing buddhi in abundant measure. So viveka pradhanehi, the people who possess viveka or discrimination. So what are those gunas? What are those virtues? Dharma jnana adi gunaihi. A viveki or a discriminating person will always follow dharma because he knows that that is where his well-being lies. He will have value for knowledge. He will want to dispel ignorance and want to gain knowledge. So jnanam is there. So when viveka is there, when discrimination is there, you know what is important, what is not important, what you should hold on to, what you should let go, what you should acquire, what you should give up. That is called the discrimination. So when a person possesses discrimination, like this boy is in 12th grade, he says, I don't want to go to engineering. What is there in engineering? Actually doesn't want to work hard. Or doesn't know what engineering means in life. So if Viveka is not there, he does not do what is the right thing for him to do. He'll while away his time in watching these cricket games and all, WhatsApp and stuff like that, instead of studying for examination. He is satisfied that he has passed his exam. He could go to commerce college or science college. He could be a science graduate. If Viveka is there, then you know the importance of studying higher studies, professional studies, what it can do to him. Then he would work hard. So, how Viveka brings about also motivation. Very often people are not motivated at all. They don't want to go to school. What tuition class? Same homework again and again. Anybody can get fed up with this system anyway because it goes on and on and on. So many books are there to study, such a long syllabus is there. And school is there and tuition class is there and people get tired. They get burnt out. But when there is viveka, you know that is the thing to be done. That is very important in my life. Whether I have enough rest or not, I have enough leisure or not is not important. What is attained as a result of passing with good marks is important, then he will not care for his leisure. Even though he has an impulse of, oh, chalo, घूमने जाएंगे, TV देखेंगे, movie देखेंगे, he is able to control himself and do what is necessary. So Viveka, that brings in so many virtues, brings in right decisions in life, brings a lot of growth. If Viveka is material growth, material means the material growth or spiritual growth. So Viveka here, Viveka pradhan dharma jnana adi gunahi. So people who are predominant in Viveka, they possess the virtues such as dharma, jnana, etc. Upachitan, lokan. So words acquired by people like that. That's what he gets. Meaning that by meditating upon intelligence, you become intelligent. That's the thing. What is meant by meditation is you think about it with pujyama, with reverence. That's meditation. So when you meditate upon Lord Krishna, for example, then with bhakti, shraddha, bhakti, with devotion, with faith, with reverence, you think of it. Similarly, meditating upon intelligence means looking over intelligence Brahma. Most revered thing, most worshipful thing, most adorable. So he adores intelligence. He worships intelligence. That's how he thinks. So naturally he tunes away intelligence and becomes intelligent. So when he becomes intelligent, then all those gunas or virtues which are result of intelligence, all will naturally come to him. When those virtues come to him, when he becomes like that, he automatically creates an atmosphere around him also like that. So when you transform yourself, you automatically transform your surroundings also. So thus, by this meditation upon intelligence, he has transformed himself as an intelligent person, meaning a virtuous person. As a result, he creates around him the world which are also virtuous, and they were possessed of those objects of pleasure which only virtuous people have the fortune to enjoy. Says buddhimataha chittasya upasanat tathavidam phalavatvam yuktamiti bhavaha. Buddhimataha, when a person possessing buddhi, chittasya upasanat, when he meditates upon chittam, tathavidam phalavatvam yuktam, he gets that kind of phalam or result is quite proper. So that is how the Iti Chandogya Upanishadi Saptama Adhyayasya Panchamaha Khandaha, the fifth khanda or section of the seventh chapter of Chandogya Upanishad is thus concluded. Then Sayyid Narada asked, Asti Bhagavah Chittasya Bhuya Iti, Chittat Bhuya Iti. Or if you have said something, is there something superior to Chittam? Chittadvava Bhuyo Stiti. Indeed, Narada says, Narada, there is something greater than Chittam, even intelligence. Tanme Bhagavan Bravitu Iti. May the Venerable Sir, please tell me what superior means the cause, basically. We have seen that superiority in all these cases is being nimitta or the cause of the thing. Because manasyanam is the cause of chikisha and sankalpa is the cause of manasyanam and chittam is the cause of sankalpa. In that way superiority is there. So what is the cause of intelligence? In a way, so next then we have to proceed that. So it is cause, it is inner, it is subtler. Param superior means which is more pervasive, subtler, more inner. So the reply is given by Sage Sanat Kumara in the next passage. Dhyanam vava chittat bhuyah ध्यायतीव पृथिवी ध्यायतीवान्तरिक्षम् ध्यायतीव द्यौः ध्यायन्तीवापः ध्यायन्तीव पर्वताः ध्यायन्तीव देवमनुष्याः तस्मात् यैह मनुष्याणां महत्तां प्राप्नुवन्ति ध्यानापादांशा इव एव ते भवन्ति अथ ये अल्पाः कलहिनः पिशुनाः उपवादिनः ते अथ ये प्रभवः ध्यानापादांशा इव एव ते भवन्ति ध्यानमुपास्वेति ध्यानम भाव चित्तात् भूयः Dhyana means is concentration. Not so meditation as concentration. So concentration is even superior to intelligence. So what is intelligence? The ability to comprehend things. That is possible provided there is concentration in the mind. Dhyayativa Prithvi. The earth is as though concentrating, meditating or concentrating. Dhyayativa Antariksham. The space also is meditating. Dhyayativa Dyauhu. The heaven also is meditating. Dhyayantiva Apaha. The waters are meditating. Dhyayantiva Parvataha. The mountains are meditating. Dhyayantiva Deva Manusyaha. The gods and human beings also are meditating. Tasmat ye Manushyanam Mahattam Praptananti Manushyanam Madhya. Therefore here, among the human beings, those who attain some greatness or glory. So when you see greatness, then you can infer. What do you infer? Dhyana padamsha iva evate bhavanti. So the results, what makes them great? The cause of their greatness is dhyanam. Not the entire dhyanam of concentration. Dhyana apada amshaha. Even a fraction of the meditation or concentration has enabled them to gain their glory. So when you see that greatness in somebody, we can presume or infer that this is the result of the concentration or even a fraction of concentration. Alpaha, on the other hand, no other people, those who have no benefit of that concentration or meditation. Kalahina, those who are small people, small in mind, small-minded people. Kalahina, you find them quarrelsome. Vishunaha, you find them jealous. Upavadya, you find them slanderous. So, Anvaya Vyatirika again. When somebody possesses even a fraction of the result of meditation, you see the greatness in that person in terms of learning, in terms of wealth, in terms of virtues. Yeah. On the other hand, those who have not the benefit of this concentration or meditation, they remain small-minded. The meditation makes you large-minded. The lack of meditation keeps you small-minded. So, kalahina, small-minded people keep on quarreling. They are jealous. They are slanderous. They abuse others. Then, on the other hand, athaye prabhavaha. But again, when you find some people who are able to impact others, prabhavaha. So, those who will create impact upon others, you can be sure that that is the result of some prabhava is there. The ability to inspire is there. Ability to lead is there. Ability to create an impact is there. You know that is the result of the fraction of dhyana or meditation. Dhyana padam shayavate bhavanti. So that's the glory of dhyanam or meditation or concentration. That it imparts greatness to the person. Therefore, so greatness of the person is due to the greatness of dhyanam. So dhyanam is great. Therefore, dhyanam upasvayati, you meditate upon meditation or meditate upon concentration. Bhashyakara explains. Dhyanam vava chittat bhuyah. Dhyanam is generally translated as meditation. Meditation indeed is bhuyah, superior to or the cause of chittam or even intelligence. The capacity to comprehend also is the result of dhyanam, meditation or concentration. So Anandagiri, kim tad dhyanamiti apeksham aha. Alright, dhyanam is superior to chittam. What is that dhyanam? Well, the other Tikakara says, Vikshapta chittat ekagra chittasya antaratvam adhikatvam iti vipritya dhyanamiti. Okay. Vikshapta chitta. So, person who meditates and enjoys a mind which has ekagrata, single pointedness, concentration. His mind is together, not scattered mind. So what meditation helps us is to bring the mind together. Otherwise, a person's mind is scattered. So, vikshipta chittat ekagra chittasya. Now see, in a given situation, when can you comprehend the situation? When your mind is focused, not when your mind is distracted. So, person with distracted mind does not have the capacity to comprehend what this is, but a person with focused mind has that capacity. In that sense, the concentration or focus is even the cause of intelligence, which means the ability to comprehend. So, vikshipta chittat ekagra chittasya antaratvam adhikam. So even the chittam, intelligence is indeed, chittam is said to be closer to Atma than Sankalpa. But chitta also can have two stages, vikshipta chitta and ekagra chitta. So even in chitta also, because dhyanam is nothing but also a state of chitta. So as compared to vikshipta chitta or a scattered mind, ekagra chitta, a focused mind, is superior, is subtler, is more inside, you can say. That's how Bhashyakara explains dhyanam nama. Okay. Alright, we'll see it next time. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.